Hi, my name is Lesley Canarium, and I'm Reader Conversations librarian here at the Rogers Public Library. And today for our February Adult Take It, Make It, what makes a better Valentine on these cold and frosty days than a warm, cozy hand warmer that you can slip in your beloved's pocket or maybe your own. So in your kit, you're going to get a paper pattern with a heart. If you don't like the heart, you can change it to a square or a circle. You're also going to get a bit of fleece like this and a bag of rice. You'll have the supplies to make 2 hand warmers. So you'll be folding your fabric in half, right side inside, and just go ahead and trace around it. And we're going to cut it out. Seam allowance has already been figured in there because we want something that's just about the size of your palm when it's finished. Actually, I recommend that you cut these out with pinking shears if you've got them, because it just keeps the edges from raveling. But don't worry about it if you don't. Regular scissors will work fine. If you want to fancy it up a bit, you could embroider a little design on it, or maybe put a little patch on one of the sides. I'd recommend doing that before you sew these together. But don't decorate it too much, because you want to have the warmth of the stuffing be able to leak through the fleece. And now we're going to sew these together. You want to make a very good tight seam, so I'd recommend doing a back stitch, and I'll be showing you how to do that. And you'll need to leave a hole to turn it inside out and stuff it. So go ahead, get your thread. It really doesn't matter what color. I'm using red so you can see it. Double thread, knot the ends separately so they don't tangle. And you'll want to start right about where the point is. And you're going to want to pin them together so they don't slip around. Let's mark the beginning here, pin. And we're going to end it right about, you'll want to at least a good inch to turn things inside out. So we'll mark that there, and up here where the heart dips in. Do a back stitch. You're going to get started right about here, and I'd say give yourself about a 1/4 inch seam allowance. You can go more or less, but 1/8 to a 1/4 inch should do pretty well. Okay, so you just pull that through, and you're going to want to make small stitches, like a running stitch, except you're going to want to angle the needle back so it comes back almost to where the point you started from. And boy, it does not like that pen. Okay, there we go. And then go a little bit further, angling back. Go a little bit further, angling back. You can see how this makes a good tight seam on both sides. That's not going to let any of the stuffing leak out, which is what we want, because the stuffing is where all the warm is. This is, of course, like most of the projects I give you, a great thing to do while you're listening to an audiobook or watching something on TV. And when you're finished, you can see how it's all got a good tight seal all the way around. This is when I just embroidered a little bit on one side just to show you how to get fancy. And now that we're done, we're going to tie a good knot. And remember that pen you used to trace the heart shape? Well, we're going to use it again and use it to help us turn this right side out. And just use the blunt end of the pen in there to kind of push it all the way through. Okay, and see, we've got the cute little embroidered heart on there. You've got a little bag of rice here, which should be enough to fill 2 hearts at least. You don't want to overstuff these. You want to make them soft and squishy. To get the rice in there, you're going to want about 1/4 cup. And if you don't happen to have a funnel handy, you can make an instant funnel out of a piece of paper. Just wrap it into a cone and stick it in. There's my 1/4 cup of rice. Just tap it in. Alrighty, so you'll see we have a nice loose bean bag type of thing filled with rice. At this point, if you want to kick it up a bit again, you could add a drop or 2 of essential oils to the rice inside the bag. Lavender is nice for a calming scent, or orange or peppermint for something a little brighter. However, do remember that some oils are poisonous to your pets, so be very careful. Once you've got the rice in, we're going to use a blanket stitch to close the hole up. Kind of fold it over together like that and pinch the ends in. You can tuck the end of your thread inside if you want. And then you'll go and slide the needle along the fold on the other side. Don't pull too hard or you'll get a pucker. Then go back to the first side, sliding it along the fold for just a little bit. And you'll see how that makes a nice, neat seam at the bottom. Let's give it one more stitch right there at the end. And tie your knot. And trim that off. Just a sweet, sweet little rice-filled beanbag heart. And you or your loved one could just pop these in the microwave for about 30 seconds. And they'll take them out carefully, making sure they're not too hard, and stick them in the pockets of your coat. And when your hands get too cold, or you can stick them inside your mittens and keep your hands warm for a nice long walk. And that's really all there is to it. So I hope you enjoy this one and come back next month when we will be making banners for Pi Day.